Many misunderstand Akihiko's stand-up stories as simply a quest to gain strength to protect those he loves. In this video, we'll dissect Akihiko's stories from Persona 3 Portable and Persona 3 Reload in detail, providing a fresh perspective on his characters. Let's start by laying out the summary of Akihiko's backstory. Akihiko was orphaned at a young age, had to live in an orphanage with his older sister, Miki. However, one of the most notable moments in Akihiko's story is when he loses his sister, Miki, in the fires. This event inspired him to dedicate his life to training by joining a boxing team so that he can become strong enough to protect others. This led to him to become the calm and cool-looking senpai type character that everyone recognizes. While this already sounds like a self-explanatory story, as I mentioned to you, it's just a misdirection from the writer, as we will learn that it is Akihiko's quest for strength that blind him and perhaps even you, the player, from seeing what is truly important. In Persona 3 Portable, Akihiko replaced Mamoru Hayase as the star social link for the female protagonist, treating her with care and affection like a younger sister. This dynamic is introduced subtly, making it easy to miss on the first playthrough. Yet, it's crucial to the story, and I think the game could have highlighted their relationship more clearly. As the story unfolds, Akihiko is revealed to be more than just a cool senior admired by everyone. He is a character deeply affected by losing his sister in the tragic fire, making it hard for him to make close friends, especially with women. He's scared that if he gets to really like someone, he won't be able to handle it if they are not around anymore. This fear is shown when Akihiko asks the female protagonist if she would think about stopping the fight, highlighting his worry about getting too attached to someone who's always in danger. This moment shows his struggle with wanting to be close to others but being afraid of losing them, making his emotions more complex. The fear of loss grows to the point where he avoids spending time with the female protagonist, fearing that deepening their bond would lead to unbearable pain. This reluctance put a halt to their relationship, preventing the player from progressing Akihiko's social link any further, until a significant event on October the 4th changed his outlook. The death of Shinjiro, Akihiko's childhood friend, profoundly altered his perspective. Mourning Shinjiro's loss, Akihiko blamed himself for being too focused on gaining strength, which led him to overlook critical moments such as forgetting the anniversary of Ken's mother's death, indirectly causing Shinjiro's demise. This loss makes Akihiko realize that strength alone is not enough. Shinjiro's death teaches him that avoiding close bond doesn't protect him from grief. It's instead prevent him from forming cherished memories with those he loves. Inspired by this realization, Akihiko resolves to build deeper connections, understanding that the strengths of those bonds outweigh the risk of loss. This commitment marks a new phase in his journey, where he seeks to protect loved ones, not just physically, but emotionally, fostering stronger relationships. Akihiko's newfound commitment is evident when he checks on Ken to ensure his well-being, fulfilling Shinjiro's last wish. This allows the player to continue Akihiko's social link, demonstrating his dedication to forming meaningful bonds. This wonderful story fits well with his star arcana, as when the star card appears, you are likely to find yourself feeling inspired. It brings renewed hope and faith. Additionally, there's an interesting trivia regarding his star arcana, and that is the fact that Shinjiro's personal caster and Akihiko's Polydeus are twins from different fathers. But that made no sense, you say? Well, there is this thing called heteropaternal superfecundation. It's when twins have the same moms but different dads. This can happen if the mom produces two eggs in the same menstrual cycles, and those eggs are fertilized by sperm from two different guys, leading to the twins with different fathers. It's like having half-sibling bond at the same times. Anyway, due to this reason, Polydeus is born immortal because his daddy is Zeus. However, Castor is born immortal, and when he passed away, Polydeus asked Zeus if he could share his immortality with his twin brother, and this resulted in both of them transforming to become the Gemini constellation, which is another nice touch to Akihiko's star arcana. But not only that, isn't it poetic that it was the death of Akihiko's sister that shut him off from making meaningful bonds with others, and it was Shinjiro, who is like a brother to Akihiko, that's inspired and unbound him from his past regrets. In the story's conclusion, Akihiko's transformation culminated with the gift of a rabbit doll to the protagonist, a symbol of his evolved perspective. Previously, Akihiko positioned himself as a lone guardian, protecting those behind him without looking back, akin to a watchful sentinel standing alone against threats. However, this gesture signifies his transition from a solitary protector to a comrade fighting alongside his allies. He communicates through this act that he no longer views the protagonist as someone to be shielded from afar, but as an equal partner in their shared battles. This change reflects Akihiko's acceptance of the collective strengths found in camaraderie and mutual support, showcasing his readiness to face challenge together with his friends. It marks a new chapter in Akihiko's journey, where he values the power of fighting shoulder to shoulder with those he cares about, embracing a future where love and protection are shared responsibilities. Now, with such a compelling message, you might be wondering if the story in the Link episode from Persona 3 Reload can surpass it. The answer? Well, it's a bit of both, yes and no. Let me elaborate. In Persona 3 Reload, Akihiko's conclusion message stayed the same, but the story changed a lot. It started with him inviting the main characters to eat out, but school fangirls quickly interrupt them. Akihiko quickly gets rid of them, then tells the protagonist he's thankful for everyone liking him, but he needs to keep training hard and can't hang out much, hinting at his fear of building attachment. Later, they see the fangirls again, this time being bothered by a local gang. Akihiko steps in to help, starting one of the many troubles with them. Most of these encounters with the gang aren't very exciting, but one thing stands out, and that is Akihiko always tells the protagonist to stay back and let him handle things, showing he doesn't want to depend on anyone else.
Stay here. I'll be done in a minute. Get back. Stay back. I'll create an opening so you can escape.
Following the events, the story shared more about Akihiko's foster families and his relationship with them, which was something that was missing from the portable version. It so happened that they have sent him a box full of food, and along with it, a mysterious gold medal. However, when the protagonist asks about the medal, Akihiko refused to explain its significance, but instead asks the protagonist, how did he get so strong? If the player chooses to respond with just training, Akihiko will show his dissatisfaction. He argues that training alone doesn't explain why the protagonist is much more capable than him, given that he also trained extensively. Despite Akihiko mentioning that being jealous and trying to copy the protagonist would make him stronger, and he must find his own unique way to improve, deep down, one question remained with him, and that question is, what am I missing? Following Shinjiro's tragic departure in this version, Akihiko chooses to spend more meaningful time with his friends at the dorm. Throughout this episode, he mentioned that these moments remind him of the happier time in the orphanage and when Miki was still alive. He even asked the protagonist to help make pancakes, a dish tied to cherished memories from his childhood. This part of the story holds subtle messages that are easy to overlook. First, before reaching the dorm, Akihiko encountered the same gang again alone. Outnumbered, he took a heavy hit, linking back to criticism from Misaru, Yukari, and Shinjiro about his recklessness and disregard for his own well-being. Second, Akihiko admits he's not skilled in cooking, often just assisting in preparations like breaking eggs. This and the earlier point showcasing Akihiko's realization that he needs to cooperate and trust his friends to succeed. Additionally, it revealed that the gold medal Akihiko holds was crafted by Miki while they were at the orphanage, as a thank you to Akihiko for being a reliable and kind brother. Yet, despite this acknowledgement, Akihiko doubted his worthiness to hold on to it. And that is the significant difference in this version, as while Shinjiro's event motivates Akihiko to move forwards and connect more with his friends, it doesn't free him from the shame of his past regrets. The final showdown of the local gang reaches its climax as Akihiko and the protagonist confront them once again, this time with much more at stake, as Akihiko faces serious warnings about the consequences of public fighting, including the risk of expulsion or losing his place on the boxing team. Despite these consequences, Akihiko showed no hesitation and he is determined to protect his friends at the dorm who have become like a family to him. And unlike previous encounters, where Akihiko preferred to take on adversaries alone, this final battle marks a significant shift in his approach. As he saw the protagonist shifting his stand, ready to fight alongside him, Akihiko accepted the gesture, telling the protagonist that he trusts his back to him, symbolizing not only the end of their conflict with the gang, but also highlighting Akihiko's personal growth. This act of allowing the protagonist to join him in battle underscored the importance of unity and mutual support. Together, they face the gang as equals, resolving past conflicts and demonstrating that Akihiko has embraced the true strengths of trust in his friends. Akihiko's transformation from a lone guardian to a comrade who grasps the importance of unity signifies a crucial turning point in his journey, demonstrating the strengths found in togetherness. After the fight, Akihiko extending an invitation to the protagonist in a gesture of gratitude and trust to wait in his room while he searches for a meaningful gift. The protagonist, while looking at all Akihiko's achievements and trophies, become fixated on a gold medal resting on the table. Noticing the protagonist, Akihiko opened up, expressing that despite all he has learned, he still has doubts over deserving such accolades. The protagonist then requests to see the medal. In a silent communiance filled with understanding, the protagonist gently lifts the medals, then drapes it around Akihiko's neck. And it is in that quiet moment, with the medal now resting against Akihiko's chest, it whispered to him that he is worthy.
I did it, Miki. It's a huge honor. I'll fight to protect it like a champ, guarding his title. I may not be very good at motivating people with words, or communicating how I feel, but you can trust I'll never back down from a fight. Even if I'm battered and on the ground, I'll get back up every time. I'll never give up. That's my duty to all of you, so you can count on me. I swear I will protect you.
This moment revealed to you, the player, that despite an array of trophies and accolades adorning Akihiko's rooms, this gold medal is the one that meant the most to him, as he is now finally realized and accepted that his sister would definitely be proud of who he has become. I hope you found today's video delightful. Feel free to leave a comment about which story you like better. However, there's another character who's even more misunderstood than Akihiko, and I'm thrilled to dive into her story with you right now in this next video.